Hello.
We should do this again sometime.
Welcome back, folks.
Hi.
Good evening, fellas.
Good evening.
How you guys doing?
Greetings and salutations.
Too bad.
Well,
How you doing, Buck?
I'm good, man.
Nice.
Mbappe hit that hat trick for me the other day.
Huge.
Made a quick fitty. That's not what we're here for, though. We're here for Full Metal Jacket, which is our movie of the week, review of the week. Stanley Kubrick, first Kubrick film. The cat's going crazy over the Kubrick joint.
Boys in the Modelos right now.
So a little bit about Full Metal Jacket, 1987, starring Matthew Modine. He plays Private Joker. Joker is a U.S. Marine. He is getting ready to enlist in the Vietnam War, and the movie is his journey from boot camp into actually joining the war, and it's him pretty much seeing the horrors and what happens to the people that go over there or went over there for the Vietnam War. I guess that's pretty much it. It's another definitely has more of a plot than whatever movie we were talking about that had no plot a couple weeks ago.
Fucking Days and
Dazed and
Confused.
Confused.
Yeah.
But it's definitely, I think, more of a character study type movie than a plot driven movie. What'd you guys think? I'll let you guys go first.
I gave it 4 stars. I thought, it is a good movie. I wouldn't watch it again, and I didn't, necessarily like it. But, it's shot well. Their point is there. How the plot follows. It's just following the Vietnam War and putting a perspective on it from an American soldier viewpoint and how they might have viewed the war. But, not something I would watch on my own.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I also gave it 4 stars. It kind of what Corey just said. It's something I watched when I was younger. I think my stepdad recommended it to me, and it was on Netflix. I'm like, yeah, okay, sure, and I watched it.
It's a crazy
And,
recommendation
yeah,
for a
If
young boy.
if you met his stepdad, you would.
Dude, I was like 13 too, but
I got a movie to show you, boy.
yeah, I was like, hey,
And he was in
Warner.
the Air Force.
He was, yeah. I was like, hey, Warner, you
Makes
got any
sense.
movies I could watch? He goes, Full Metal Jacket. You'll love that one. I'm like, all right.
It'll make perfect sense to you, young lad.
Yeah. But I don't know. Yeah, I remember when I watched it when I was younger. I'm like, the movie was sick, but I don't want to watch that ever again. Now here I am watching it again. But
Some of the death scenes were a little goofy looking too.
Yeah.
Just show, and it looked like a ketchup packet exploded, and they just go ah in slow motion.
I thought it was a little goofy too. I gave it 4.5 stars. I had it at 5 stars after the first time I watched it, like a couple years ago. I think because of just how shocked I was when it was over, and I just felt this empty gut feeling. It's like, this is just pretty devastating to watch. I just never felt that watching a movie, and I gave it 5 stars. But this time it just didn't really hit me that hard this time, and I didn't really like the narration, which is why I docked it 0.5 star. But in saying all that, I do think it's a really good movie. I really like it. I thought the direction from Kubrick was pretty good. There's all these little tiny details in the movie that I noticed this time watching it that I thought were pretty cool.
like what?
I thought I guess we'll just jump right into the end.
Spoiler alert.
Should we? Whatever. Yeah. Yeah. So at the end was the favorite bit of detail. He, at the start of the movie, he's seeing the way this drill instructor is, treating all the military people, and seeing how all of these Marines are losing their identity and losing who they are, and they're all just becoming a merchant to kill pretty much. And the main character was kind of just this guy who was really one of the only guys in the movie that kind of had a little sense of humanity, I thought. He just kind of has personality throughout the start of the movie, and was like sarcastic. Like he was like just you could feel his personality on
screen
in his character, opposed to the other people who were just like didn't really like make jokes. They kind of just
they're all
like,
just
there
racist
to kill.
bastards and want
Yeah,
to say the racist things and then shoot Asians.
And then, so my favorite little detail was at the end, as the movie goes along, he's seeing more of these things and becoming more and more like these other Marines that are just, born to kill. And in the end, he's like faced with this decision to shoot this little girl who he said earlier, like, why do you kill women and children? Like, you shouldn't do that. And now he's like about to do it. And he like looks up, and in his glasses, you could see like the flames in the reflection of his glasses, like kind of showing that like, he now has this like fire in him that like is not going to go away. And then when he shoots, he has the peace sign on his jacket. I feel like the peace sign and saying on the helmet like "Born to Kill" kind of showed like, I guess whatever they're saying, like the duality of man or whatever. And when he fires off the shot, like in the shot, you cannot see the peace sign. Like it's like covered by his jacket, and all you can see on his helmet, it just says "kill." And it's just like little stuff like that. I thought there's some more of it. We can get into more of it.
Actually, I kind of like the narration.
Really?
Yeah, it was one of the things I did like.
I just thought I didn't hate it, but
it kind of helps drive the movie.
I just thought
I was never really grasped by the plot, even when the drill sergeant was just sitting there shitting on everybody. Like I just wasn't really.
I was locked in for that part.
I was locked in more than I was the second half. I thought the first half was really, really good, but like, still, it just helped me just stay a little bit more focused and on track with everything.
Yeah, that's fair. I do agree with that. Like I thought it helped like stay on pace, but I just thought it wasn't really enough. Like I thought like they kind of like there's only like 2 or 3 narration bits in the whole movie, and a couple of them were like one sentence. And I just thought like if they were gonna do it, they should have like done it a little more.
Fully gone into it.
Yeah, instead of just like a couple lines.
That's fair.
But yeah, I mean, all in all, I thought it was really good. I thought it was pretty interesting. I think Kubrick's really good at directing movies, which is the main reason I think I enjoy it. So, yeah,
Nice.
sick. I thought there was a lot of good camera work.
There was a lot of good camera work.
It was pretty nuts.
Well, I know what my favorite shot of the movie was.
Let's hear it.
It was they were already like in the shit. They were in war and everything, and they had the film crew that was recording just for the news or fucking whatever. And it was the film crew recording, and then the actual movie's film crew right behind them, like on a dolly, just recording them. I don't know. I looked at that and I thought it was really cool. It was a cool thing to look at. And then I thought about how weird that might look too. Like for all the actors, they're sitting there watching a film crew, and then a film crew right behind them, that film crew. Like
that probably was weird. I mean, thinking about like Babylon.
True.
Like the whole movie, there's like a bunch of film crews and shit.
Film
and
set
like
on a film set.
There's like 1920s bullshit camera equipment, and then behind them it's like the state of the art 2020s.
You gotta
like
stop dripping this on me, dude. The condensation keeps dripping on my foot, and it's distracting me. I just wiped it on his foot.
Yeah, but in that same part, I thought the shot was really cool where they were. I think someone had just got killed, and they were all standing around him, and they moved it from person to person to person to person in a whole circle. I thought that was cool. Yeah, I mean, we could keep talking about like favorite scenes. With a movie like this,
I don't have one.
I don't even know if like saying a favorite scene is a thing, because they all kind of were just like not like, well, not even that. Just like they were just like brutal. Yeah. It's like saying, "Oh, I loved that."
Yeah, my favorite scene was actually when they were saying the N-word and
and every other racial
and then they
slur
killed a
known to
couple
man
of
in the
Asian
first
people
2
and
minutes
said
of the
some
movie.
Asian racial slurs. That was actually my favorite scene. That's just basically the movie. It's not actually my favorite scene, guys. Don't cancel me.
But yeah, I definitely think like the last 30 minutes of the movie for me were probably my favorite parts of the movie. just like the character's descent into this like hell, and
Pinned
you
down
know,
by one sniper.
I thought the, huh?
You said pinned down by one sniper. I said young Asian woman.
Could have been Kane in a different universe.
It's crazy, but true, I guess.
Her grandpa fought in the Vietnam War.
Really?
He was just a nurse,
My grandpa fought in the Vietnam War too.
and he's not even Vietnamese.
I mean, mine is American.
Well, duh.
Um,
But he wasn't fighting for the Americans.
I was actually looking on Google today about the Vietnam War, and there were a bunch of countries that were involved in it, and I didn't really realize
Yeah,
that.
Kane's family's from Laos, which is right next to Thailand, which is in that area, and her grandpa was in it, and she has a bunch of pictures of her family and during that time, which is pretty cool. That was right before they migrated to the U.S.
I also didn't realize that the Vietnam War lasted 20 years.
Yeah.
It?
Well, the
Yeah.
USA didn't really get involved till later.
They didn't get involved till like it
Like
was,
the drafts and stuff, because there was
65
a lottery
or
draft.
something.
It didn't happen till like 1950
Yeah. What was I gonna say?
or 1970. Sorry, not 1950.
Yeah.
Because it ended in 75.
And then I guess we pulled like right before it ended.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely think. I mean, the first 45 minutes is pretty outrageous.
I was gonna say we haven't really talked about that at all yet.
It's pretty
I
outrageous.
said it's like Whiplash, but instead of drums and music, it's boot camp and,
It is. I mean,
and racial slurs.
the freaking the guy that was the drill instructor. I forget his name. It's like
I don't even.
Actually,
Robert
no.
something. I don't want to say. I was about to say Robert E. Lee,
That'd be insane.
but his name is something like that. But that guy was really good at playing that character.
He was.
Maybe a little too good.
Go for it.
Some of that rolled off the tongue a little too.
Oh,
well.
you're not you. He was like an actual drill instructor, and in the military.
I didn't know that.
Well, that
and
makes
he
sense.
was, and he like wasn't an actor. He was like on the set as a as like a special advisor or some shit, and they had some guy that was hired to play that character, and he made an audition tape on the set and gave it to Kubrick, and Kubrick was like, "Yeah, like I want you."
Yeah, I know we gave you the role guy, but this guy's way better, so you're gonna have to kick rocks.
Dude, apparently,
Fuck
like,
outta
there's more to that too. The guy that
I'd be pissed.
But the guy that was supposed to do it, I guess, was told like 6 months in advance or something. Kubrick told him he had to like memorize like his first like 30 pages of lines before he even got to set. So this dude's been like grinding on it.
Oh my god!
And then Kubrick's like, "Yeah, bro, like I'm a fuck with you."
6 months before, he's just sitting there. Daddy's at boot camp. And he gets there and he's like, "Yeah, we're actually going a different way."
The dude did get a part in the movie though.
That's pretty cool.
He was the guy
Be fucked up tonight.
in the helicopter that was just shooting the random civilians.
Oh yeah.
He was that guy. So like, you know,
He
Wasn't
kind
a
of looked
fan
the
of
part.
that guy.
Yeah.
he only got like 2 minutes of screen time.
better than getting
you know,
nothing.
But better than nothing for sure. Yeah.
What did he say in that helicopter? He's
He was saying some
y'all
crazy
should
shit.
record me for a little bit.
Yeah.
Why should we do that?
He was just sitting
'Cause
there
I'm
killing
good at this. He just keeps laying into him.
Laying into civilians, farmers.
That was, dude. It's just
was-
my bad, y'all boys. Like
that
I
was a-
forgot how like horrible of a movie this was. Not in like, no, it's not a bad movie, but like,
It's not
How
necessarily
fucked
a
up
good
it
movie
is.
to have your friends watch and talk about.
yeah, you know, my main reason for picking it was because I thought it was different than everything that we had picked
It's definitely different.
so far,
Definitely
and I
different.
kind of wanted to go that route.
Yeah.
I was gonna do that or Apocalypse Now. What the hell, Jit tweaking?
Sounded like my keys he threw on the floor.
Well, he's sitting there dinging
Those
something.
were
too.
definitely
I don't know what
keys.
he's doing.
Like I guess headphones
I don't know if they're
on
mechanical.
metal,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, all I pretty much wrote down, I have a really cool fun fact, and then, or not really a fun fact, which we're not getting into yet, but it's more about the Vietnam War. And then I just have like 2 quotes that I thought were funny.
most of what I wrote was just kind of on that beginning half of the movie.
Mine is
Let's
too.
talk about it.
Yeah, all right. So I liked the beginning of the movie. They straight up just threw you into it.
Yeah.
Just no wind up, nothing. Just like they're,
As if
they're
you
going
were
to
in the
war, they're getting
Marines
their
and
head
you're in
shaved.
line
The
with
very
all
first
of them.
shot is pretty like horrific. Like it's not even. I mean, I guess maybe it's supposed to be horrific, but it was pretty unsettling when I was watching. I was like, dude, this is like for some reason watching these dudes get their shit like cut off like this. It's just like
None of them looked happy about it either.
so.
Looked bummed.
That's a part of it.
I saw something that said that was the very last shot that they took, in the filming of the movie, so they were actually genuinely pissed because like motherfuckers like had grown their hair back out and they got called back in to like get their shit cut off again. So they were like actually like sitting there like mad as fuck, so they were getting their shit cut off.
But that works.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true because I saw another fact about the last shot being the scene where they like are done with boot camp, like when they're fucking like marching off in the sunset and all the people are watching them, whatever. Yeah. So I don't know if that's true, but I did read that.
I did write Pyle is fucking dog shit at this. Private Pyle.
He's dog shit at what?
Everything.
Just like in the movie or like acting? No,
like actor is amazing, but like his character, dog shit at everything.
Well, I think he had a mental illness.
What?
I think there was something actually wrong with him.
That motherfucker was dog shit.
Yeah, no, he was ass.
He couldn't get over an obstacle.
But I'm not gonna lie, he did get glow up, but his glow up was not good.
He snuck a jelly donut into his.
I thought it was crazy that the sergeant made him eat the donut while everybody else paid the price.
That was
and he sat there chewing and eating it. He's like,
and then he had the motherfucker like this.
Yeah. Making him run with his pants at his ankles while he's running behind.
Bro, both times they had his fucking hand in his mouth, I was bugging laughing.
I can't believe he snapped and killed the sergeant.
That jelly donut was one of my favorite quotes from the fucking movie.
I mean, I can't.
I did, yeah. He got to his little fucking like caddy thing and he goes, "Holy Jesus, what is that? What the fuck is that? What is that, Private Pyle?" And he goes, "Sir, jelly donut, sir." He just goes on this whole fucking rant to him and then makes everyone do all the fucking
Dude, I've genuinely like been in that scenario where not like obviously not in a boot camp, but like playing like in college sport, dude fucks up and he continues to fuck up and the coach is eventually like, all right, this kid fucks up, like we're all gonna fucking like suffer for it. And that shit is so real. So seeing that, I was just like, man, like, I wonder if this is where all my coaches like got this mentality from, is this fucking movie. Because I bet all my coaches have fucking watched this movie before. And I bet they probably were like, oh yeah, we could definitely use this on our kids.
So do you think he deserved the sock beating?
Yeah.
I mean,
they all got a licking. Because he didn't get punished for the jelly donut. Everybody else got punished, and then they, as a group, collectively combined and said, you know, we're going to beat the shit out of you. And that's your punishment for this. Anytime you make us do something, well, you don't have to face a punishment. This is your punishment.
Was that his turning point, or was it something after that?
It was definitely something after that. Because
I think there was like definitely
a bunch of shit.
The whole thing was a slow build up.
They probably didn't even really show everything.
I'm trying to remember what the absolute last thing that happened to him was, where he was like, "Fucking, I'm killing this dude."
I don't know.
I don't remember because
he turned it around.
Because he did. Because there was the scene where he was shooting on the range and he got complimented by him. And then
he assigned him to their roles.
Yeah, he was like,
you made it.
Congrats. And then,
you made it.
Yeah, then it like fucking slow zooms in on his face with his eyes like fucking pointing up. And then he started tweaking.
I think it was just like a combination of all the horrible things that freaking Hartford said to him, and then a combination of, you know, getting beat up by all the fucking dudes and honestly genuinely just fucking being fat as fuck and being ass. Like,
it was pretty large.
You know, I almost joined the Marines.
Really? I was actually going to ask you guys if you guys ever had thought about joining the Marines.
I was being recruited in high school by some dude, and he was like sending me a bunch of stuff, and I filled out a bunch of paperwork, and I was actually like training it, and then I just stopped, and then the dude kept messaging me like a shit ton after, and I had to block him.
Do you regret it?
Sometimes I wish I would have done it, but, you know, I don't know. My whole life would be different right now if I would have done it.
It's a massive commitment, dude.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a tough
one.
My
whole life would be different, so I don't know. It'd be weird.
I got recruited by Navy to play ball. And I don't know.
Your ass would have just been out there run blocking.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely not going to go there. But other than that, like, I mean, I definitely like thought about it. I was like, if they do offer me, like, that would be like my biggest offer. Maybe I would go. But I think I definitely have thought about it a little bit, but I don't think I ever would have done it.
I was really close to doing it.
There was never a point in my life where I wanted to do it.
Yeah. One time, my dad was like mad at me because like I didn't know what I was doing after college. Like I wasn't making any money, and like I was like tripping. He was like, "Why don't you just fucking join the military?" I was like, "Shut the fuck up! I'm not joining the military. Like leave me alone." And he just said that just to, like prove a point, like win the argument or whatever. I was like, "Dude, like it's not happening. I'm like 23 now. Like no way."
I was in
Tonight.
ROTC for a year in high school because I got in a lot of trouble, and my stepdad was like, "To fix this, we're gonna put you into ROTC." I didn't do shit, and my teacher got arrested because he banged a student.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I always thought ROTC was a little cringe. No hate to anybody that did ROTC.
It's super cringe.
But
We had to do like a whole like,
maybe a little hate.
we had to do a whole
They're
physical thing.
those kids are so gay, dude.
We had to do a whole
Not that there's
physical.
anything wrong with being a homosexual.
No, not at all.
Of course, yeah.
We had to do a whole physical at the end of the year. I remember it got to the pull-ups, and I just couldn't be fucking bothered.
You're a pile, bro.
I just looked at the girl
Go
who
do
was
a
sitting there
pull-up.
like tallying the pull-ups. I'm like, I'm just not gonna get up
Write
there.
me down for
And
6.
she's like, "You're not gonna do anything?" I'm like,
Oh, no.
Yeah, you could just put me for 0. It's all right. She's like, "You're sure 0?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not. I'm not fucking getting up there. That's
So he
that.
moved, bro.
Nah, he'll be fine.
It'll be all right."
Anywho, anything else about the first? The first 45 minutes is
You know, yeah,
it's just
pretty crazy.
it does throw you right in it, and like I really liked
Whiplash
how
on steroids.
I really liked how they don't tell you anything about the characters.
Nah, yeah.
Like
just
you don't know
pretty much.
anything. You just instantly, and it's just another good way that the movie kind
I'm
of.
about to beat his ass.
What is that?
There's food in there.
Like
Yes, grab him and put him in the room.
He's not gonna let you do that.
That's fine. Just leave him. Yeah. But yeah, it does
no.
start you in it.
A lot of what I wrote for the first half was just fucking quotes.
Yeah. Can I read?
Yeah.
I have 2 quotes. Can I read them?
Yeah.
yeah, I was just gonna finish a point, but
Oh, you can go ahead.
it was what were we talking about? I literally forgot.
Oh, it just throws you right into it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like they don't tell you anything about the characters, and I just thought like the whole movie did a good job of kind of just proving this point that being in the Vietnam War kind of like dehumanized these human beings, and like they were all the same, and they lose like any form of like kind of hope and happiness, and I thought like that part too of like just like them throwing us right in there, kind of just like not telling us names or anything, kind of just did that. Mm-hmm. Like even with the shaved heads, like they're all like have their like you can tell them apart by their fucking hair, and like it's very good. It's like, oh, I'm getting rid of who you are. Bye bye. So yeah.
I bet you're the type of person to fuck someone in the ass and not have the common courtesy for a reach around. I thought that line was crazy.
That was one of the ones I wrote. No, I didn't. I lied.
I
And
wrote
then I
that-
had
I wrote that one, too.
my other quote. It was when that fat dumbass was just keep fucking up. He goes, oh, "You are dumb now, but do you expect me to think you don't know your right from your left?" And he's just shitting on him.
I had when the drill sergeant was first going up and down the line of people, and he first saw Pyle, and he said, "Did your parents have any children that lived?" And he went, "Sir, yes, sir." And he went, "Yeah, I bet they regret that."
That's insane.
The same thing with that entire
I actually didn't even peek that line.
with that entire walking up and down. He got to it might have been Snowball. I don't know. I hated Snowball, by the way. I hate that fucking
character
clown.
too. That was
But-
another reason I actually wrote. Sorry to cut you off, but like I like in one of my categories in my notes is like letterbox or 4.5 stars. My next thing was Dog Half Star because I didn't love the narration aspect. Also, I fucking hated Snowball.
Yeah, bit of a clown, that guy.
Oh, he's just so annoying.
I hated the way he screamed. I hated the way he fucking stood.
There had to be a reason that they made him act like that, but he was just so obnoxious. He was so obnoxious.
But anyway, I think he got the Snowball. Maybe it wasn't Snowball. I don't know. But he walked up and goes, "How tall are you, Private?" He goes, "Sir, 5'9". Sir, I was 5'9". I didn't know they stacked shit that high.
Yeah, that shit killed me.
So he was definitely flaming them, bro, for like a good 10 minutes. Just straight flames.
Going fucking crazy. My
Green.
last one was the.
We ain't got no fried chicken or watermelon over here.
Yeah, that one was nuts. My last one was the Vietnamese hooker. As soon as they did the transition from boot camp to Vietnam.
Me sucky sucky.
Yeah, me love you long time. And that's one my stepdad quotes that.
I think a lot of
So
people.
much.
I wonder if that's what it's from. Why everybody says
I'm
quotes
pretty
are
sure
like
it
this.
is.
Could be.
Crazy.
I mean,
Me
that.
love you long time.
I loved that scene.
Good one.
Just the dialogue between the fucking prostitute and the
Like-
and Joker and them was just mad funny.
I don't like how easily that dude gave up the camera. He got it stolen from him, and he just kind of looks like. Okay.
I mean, but like, I also think part of the reason he wasn't that crazy over it is because, I mean, it wasn't his personal camera. They're in the middle of war.
He just
They
got a
probably
new
got him
one.
on deck.
Like, he could get a new one, and the consequences of like trying to fight the guy, who knows what could happen. Like, they're in the middle of a fucking war. I mean, they're in a safe place, but you just, I don't know, fuck it, bro.
True.
It is what it is.
True.
Um,
I will say, I think Joker was a little bit too obsessed with fucking John Wayne. It was that shit happened. Like he quoted John Wayne
2 or
way
3
too
times,
much.
yeah.
Way too much.
I didn't think it was that bad.
I don't know. I mean, it was enough for me to write something down about it because it popped up.
Oh,
the
so that's
last
how you
time.
know it was too much.
Yeah, it popped up the last time. Like, bro, it's like the fucking 5th time. He's
But isn't John
joke.
Wayne like, who is John Wayne? Like, he's
Like
like
old fucking Western.
You know who John
Right.
Wayne Gacy is?
that name sounds mad familiar.
He was the fat killer clown in like the 60s that killed a bunch of children.
Yeah, John Wayne, fucking old cowboy movies.
They thought
Well,
I
John
was,
Wayne Gacy was.
I wasn't saying let's
he
go
was cheering
to,
for that.
I was like, let's John Wayne Casey, yeah. No, USA just scored a goal. Come on.
USA.
Yeah, he did fuck with some John Wayne for sure.
A little too heavy.
A little too heavy.
John Wayne, not Gacy.
Not Casey.
Let's see. Well, baby, me so horny. Me so horny. Me love you long time.
Horny.
You potty?
What did he say? He was like, I don't know what he said. He was like, we party sometimes or something fucking
Yeah, I don't remember what he
goofy like
said.
that. I don't know.
So, they did a couple drafts, lotteries to get people into the Vietnam War. If you didn't know, it was basically a random draft order based on when the day and month you were born, and you were assigned a number. They had 7 total draft lotteries, but they took place like 3 of them took place after it happened. So like we'll just do the first one. And in that first draft, it was the birth years of 1944 to 1950. So we'll just pretend like all 3 of us were born in that time frame.
Old.
And me, I said my April 25th, number 351. I would not have gone to war. 195 numbers got assigned to war.
Wait, sorry, I'm
So
kinda
each
confused.
birthday, each day and month, January 1st, January 2nd, January 3rd, got assigned a number, 365, and they randomly pulled numbers and assigned them to the birthdays. So which people they will assign to war.
Oh, I
And
see.
195 numbers got pulled for the first time, and my number did not get pulled. I was number 351
Do
in
you know
that
my
first
birthday?
draft. Mike, May 31st, 313. He would not have gone to war. Buck,
Fucking go.
October 18th,
Damn, I'm going to war, ain't I?
number 5.
Oh, fuck.
Shipped his ass off. And also, with all the other lotteries, I would not have gone once. Mike would have gone every other time. And
What
Buck
about
was
me?
only picked in that first one.
Wow.
And
How
they
many,
were
how
just
many of them
basic-
were there? 3?
There was like 4.
4?
There were 7 total, but like it was 1955, 6 and or 1975, 6 and 7, which it ended in 75.
And so those were probably smaller
it was 95 numbers after that. But Mike would have gone pretty much every other time. I would have gone none, and Buck, you would have only gone the first one. But that covered way more people and way more numbers.
So I mean,
You
the
were
first
close.
draft, I'm probably dying.
Probably
I mean, you see how many casualties were for the United States?
a lot.
It's like 300,000
Yeah.
people.
How do you
or some
think you
shit.
go out?
Pride.
How do you think they get you?
I'm getting shot. Are you
Or
kidding
like,
me?
you think it's just like a random straight bullet, or you think it's like a motherfucker hiding in a tree? They're in the trees, or you think it's like
Depends on what.
someone hiding in a little bunker?
It is too much speculation. There's so many different battlefronts. There's
I mean, I would have liked to
guerrilla
die.
warfare. There was the warfare that we saw. It's not all the warfare wasn't like what we saw in the movie.
Yeah.
If you get gunned down,
I should have picked.
Yeah, he probably steps on a mine.
you dolphin diving?
Sure.
Okay. But yeah, I would not have gone once, which is funny because I almost joined the actual Marines in real life.
That's crazy.
I might have even volunteered back in the day. Who's to say?
I would have been
I wonder how many people were volunteering.
Probably a lot because they
Probably.
didn't do the lottery until 1970.
That was the first lottery
I
in the
think so.
70s. And it started in what, 55?
Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah.
Nah, there's definitely no. Really, I feel like there's no way they had enough people to volunteer for like how many.
Well, our
people we had
involvement
over
didn't
there?
get in, then it geared up. So if it was just straight warfare for 5 years after the first lottery, that kind of makes sense.
So I don't know exactly how it was, but propaganda back then was crazy.
And there's all this extra shit to do where people don't want to go to war.
Yeah, it's like I got nothing else to do. I don't want to go to college. Ship me to fucking
And weapons
mom
and everything
figure that
weren't as
shit out.
advanced as they are now. They were still pretty advanced back then, and it was still deadly. But they're not as deadly as it is now.
What was it Joker said in his interview that they were doing? He was like, on my block, I wanted to be the first kid on my block to kill a man.
On my block,
Something
I
like
want to
that.
be the first person on my block.
I want to be the first person on my block to kill a man. Is what he said. That's probably how a lot of kids were back then.
I don't think he said man.
Kill somebody. I don't.
Oh, we gotta bleep that out.
Is it really
What
that
did
bad?
he say?
Yes.
Whatever. Peekaboo. Anywho.
How would Kane feel if she heard you saying that?
I don't know. Anywho.
Anywho.
I don't really have any much more to say about the movie,
I
so
don't got
we
a
can
whole
get
lot
into
either.
whatever you guys want to get into.
I got my standard remnants.
Yeah, I wrote characters. None of the characters were likable, other than Animal Mother. He was pretty sick.
I did like that guy. Actually, I did write that down. I said, big fan of Animal Mother.
I think it was pretty. I'm sure it was purposeful, but I think it was like pretty nuts how what Pyle was shaping out to be if he didn't kill himself and kill the drill instructor would have literally been like that guy.
Yeah.
That was like what he was shaping up to be. He
Kyle would not have got first dibs on the fine Asian shite over there.
That's true. Well, I mean, I think he only got first dibs because he said something fucking absurd.
Yeah, but
But-
Pyle was bigger than everybody else. He was just like he had that 1,000-yard stare that they were talking about, just like freaking Animal Mother
a
had.
mental issue.
I know, but like they were just like the craziest of the bunch.
No, true.
And I thought that was cool how they like made both of them synonymous. But yeah, Animal Mother was insane character. Wasn't gonna die. I didn't think there was any way he was gonna die. He was the leader of the pack.
I like Joker. I thought Joker was a good character.
Yeah, because I mean he was the only like humane character in the whole movie.
I kind of like Rafter Man. He wasn't there. Like
Which
he
one
didn't
was
really-
Rafter Man?
He was his little buddy when they actually got to Nam, the photographer who really badly wanted to get into the shit, and Joker was like, "I'm not letting it happen," and it ended up happening.
Yeah.
He didn't like talk a whole lot, but I kind of liked him when he was there.
Yeah. I mean, I liked the one black dude. His name was what's his
8 Ball?
name? 8 Ball. So
8 Ball was good.
Denzel was almost cast as 8 Ball.
I saw that.
Says he regrets not doing
He would
it.
have been pretty
I
good.
imagine.
He would have been sick. I mean, if Denzel was in this movie, I might have put him on my top 5 list.
I just like to touch again on how fucking terrible of a character Snowball was.
Yeah, he
I
sucked.
really hated that guy.
He sucked. He was horrible. I hate him too.
Not a fan.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oscars. What's up, Oscar
Oscars.
man?
all right. I am Oscar guy now, aren't I?
Are you Oscar from The Office?
Yes,
did write it,
he
okay.
is.
So, somehow, some
I hate
way,
him later too.
From The Office? I mean, he's kind of stuck up. This ain't about The
I'm the
Office.
opposite of stuck up.
What? He's just snarky smart.
That's not why we were saying you're Oscar though.
We're just saying because, yeah. Who's to say?
The world may never know.
Mike totally picks
That was a
up.
crazy
100%.
shot, dude. How did he make that?
Anywho,
Look at this, dude.
Is that the first? Yeah, I don't understand.
Oh my god,
That's the best hockey goal I've ever seen in my life.
that was unbelievable for sure.
I think I got to step up on that on Shell.
Hell
I was
no.
tearing it up on Shell.
You were so ass it almost ruined our friendship.
Dude,
That's how ass you were.
there was one goal. There was one goal that Bernard hit. What, you were losing games for the squad?
It was when I was taking it way too
He did
seriously.
take it way too serious. The rest of us were just there to kind of fuck around and just fucking hit people
Yeah.
and fight everybody.
And I didn't realize that
Corey,
because I was still really good at the game. and I
Corey
was-
wanted like full formations and fucking
Yeah.
play sheets written up and shit.
and they were, yeah.
We were
It
just
was a
fucking
whole- it was a whole
around.
thing. It was a whole thing.
But
Then I
I'm
realized,
terrible
and then
at
I
it.
just started fucking around. And whenever we played it again after, so I fixed
I
myself.
kind of want to play it again. Just play 3.
If it's
Start
free,
beating
I'll
the shit out of people.
get it.
Those
NHL is
gameplay
lit,
things.
bro.
NHL's fucking great.
NHL is lit. I like playing
But-
NHL.
Anyway, Oscars. Only one Oscar nom, which I thought was kind of insane at first, but at the same time, not really, because like, Kind of makes sense. But it was for best writing screenplay based on material from another medium. They didn't win. They lost to The Last Emperor. I haven't seen that fucking movie. That shit beyond me.
I don't. Who do you know who made it? I don't know what that movie is.
Nope. I just wrote lost to The Last Emperor.
I thought there were a few Oscars that it could have been nominated for at least. I thought Pyle and Hartman, Joe Instructor, they were really good. I mean, I don't know who was nominated for supporting actor.
No, no, they
I
were.
feel like
They were-
that'd be too crazy of a character to give that award
Yeah,
to.
you put in Pyle or Hartman for that.
Either one, that'd be too crazy.
You're asking who I thought should
Yeah,
have been
like
nominated?
if either of the two of them should have been there.
Probably Pyle.
Hell no.
But I also saw that the winner of Best Picture the year before was Platoon, that Willem Dafoe war movie. And so I think probably the Oscars were probably like,
We can't do it again.
we don't want to fucking give two war
Yeah.
movies in a row like all this recognition. And Kubrick's already like done his run at the fucking Oscars at that point. Like, you know, like they're kind of a little biased and political with their shit. So
That's fair. There's one thing I want to touch on.
what?
You put for your Letterboxd review Kubrick's best.
I did put that.
That's crazy.
What do you think is better?
The Shining. That movie is miles better.
I don't know. I think so. I put that review a few years ago. Whenever I saw it, and I've seen some Kubrick movies since. I think Doctor Strangelove is the best Kubrick movie I've seen at this point. And I saw that you didn't like it.
Yeah, you see my rating for it?
Yeah, you're like sleeping or something.
I think I gave it 3 stars. I remember we watched it in class. I think I gave it 3 stars, and I just fucking I didn't like it. I was bored.
Yeah,
Entire movie.
I don't think I was. But fair. But The Shining, I haven't seen The Shining in so long, dude.
I love that. Man. I watch it once.
I haven't seen The Shining probably since high school. I read the book in college. The book's really good, but the movie I haven't seen in quite some time, so I'd have to watch it again.
Fair.
Eyes Wide Shut's really good too. If you've never seen that one, I mean Kubrick shit is.
He's a Clockwork Orange guy, right?
Yeah,
That movie's fucking
that
ridiculous.
movie's ridiculous. We will never do that movie on here.
Want to bet?
It's one of the most fucked up movies I've ever seen.
Fucking absurd.
All right, fun facts. So we got a few. So there was a scene that got cut from the movie. There was a group of Marines playing soccer, and the scene got cut from the movie because they were not using a soccer ball.
Oh,
They were using a
Yep.
head that got cut off of a
I think
Vietnamese person.
Kubrick wanted to do it, and they just said like, "There's no way."
Yeah, I mean
no
there
way
was
they're
no
gonna let
way.
that happen.
It wouldn't get in, it wouldn't
they
get into
did
any
some
theaters.
pretty crazy stuff to those
It
people
would-
in the actual Vietnam War.
Yeah.
One of my teachers had a picture book from his dad or grandpa or whoever fought in it, and he brought it to school, and it was some crazy shit. I can't believe he
What
showed us
grade?
that. It's a high school.
Oh, okay. I say that kind of sounds like something like you'd be in like 4th or 5th grade.
That'd
and the
be
kid's like,
insane.
"Look at this, man."
That would be insane.
That would be insane.
All right, kids, for picture day today, for story time, we're going to show you guys.
Yeah, little Johnny over here brought up pictures from Nam. You gotta look at this.
So this was Kubrick's last Oscar nod of his career. Poor guy.
Interesting.
He also signed a 3-year deal with, or a 3-picture deal with Warner Brothers Studios.
Warner Brother.
Did not get fulfilled
See the police.
because he did this, and then he did Eyes Wide Shut, and then he died.
He died?
He died, so
Rest in peace.
1999, he was shooting Eyes Wide Shut, and while it was in post-production, he died. So it got
From what?
released after he died.
Rest in peace.
From what?
I don't know. It's actually a good question. I mean, I think he was.
Morbid facts.
I mean, I think he was pretty old. So
It was up there.
The
You also
shooting of
kinda
Eyes
see it in
Wide
him.
Shut.
Did you see any like behind the scenes pictures from Full Metal Jacket?
heart attack. He
It checks out.
He was 70. No,
70?
I did not.
Yeah, great guy, but he definitely put on a few.
Yeah,
The heart
large.
attack kind of
I
checks.
mean, yeah, and I mean, there's
Gotta be
a
fat
bunch
to
of
have a heart
stories that talk about how how insane his film sets were. Like, he was pretty demanding. He was like known for doing an insane amount of takes. Like, I guess there was one story about in The Shining, they did like 130 takes for one scene or some shit. So I think he spent a lot of time in his life exerting a lot of energy.
I kind of get it though, like the 130 takes.
130?
I kind of get it.
130?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
You want it the way you want
But
it.
130?
Still though, you
That's
want it.
so many,
like,
dude.
When you have
But
the
like,
means to do
if it's not getting done right, and you're sitting there and you have a vision of how you want
But
it.
you're working with human beings.
Yeah, but I'm not packing that shit in.
Who's to say?
If I want it the way I want it, and it's still not getting done right, we're running it until it's right, because that's the way.
Bro,
that's the
130
way it
takes
should
is an
be,
entire day. It's a whole day of one take.
roughly.
One scene.
Yeah,
Not even a scene. One shot.
get it right. I don't know. Get that shit right.
I guess, bro.
It would suck being somebody not in that scene and just have to sit
Yeah,
there.
you're just fucking.
Bro, so I saw this one story.
You're the
About,
lighting guy.
I saw this one story. Main guy, Matthew Modine, his wife went into labor and had to get a C-section.
I was a C-section.
And really?
I wasn't.
I actually think I was too. I actually don't know for sure.
With twins, do they have to be a C-section?
I don't know.
Clean exit.
I mean, you know, we
Mine
came
was
out
not.
4 minutes apart, so
I flipped around, and my mom. So you know how it's supposed to be head first. I flipped around, so I had to be a C-section.
You think?
And then they said I was holding on to her rib cage when they were trying to pull me out, or I was holding on to something.
he was doing jujitsu from birth.
Trying to get a triangle choking.
Fuck, you think y'all were scrapping in there, or who comes out first?
100%. You know how twins are.
Yeah, bro.
Fucking kick him in the shin, little dumbass boy.
They actually share one umbilical
I've actually
cord, so
never
they'd have
gotten,
to
I've
scrap
never
for
gotten
the
a physical
umbilical.
fight with my brother in my life.
That's crazy.
I got in a lot
He's
of
just
fights
not
with my
a.
siblings.
He's just not a fighter, bro.
I got
He's
a
not
lot
at
of
all.
fights with my siblings.
What were you saying before? I'm sorry, I cut you off. Something about C-section.
Oh,
His wife, his main actor.
so wife had to have a C-section. He told Kubrick, he's like, I have to go. And Kubrick was like, no. Like, he wouldn't let him leave. He's like trying to tell him all this stuff. He's like, you're going to get disgusted by the blood and you're going to like puke and like it's going to be horrible. And the Modine was like, I'm going. Like, Kubrick's like, nah. And then I guess Modine was like, he like grabbed a knife and he was like, I'm going to cut myself right now. And then I'm going to have to go to the hospital. So I'm going to go see my wife. So it's either you let me go or I'm just going to have to go. And so Kubrick was like, all right, like, just go. But like, you have to be back immediately. It's like, just like stories like that. It's like, this dude was a fucking
Psychopath.
menace.
Gotta
He was a
get it
menace.
done.
And you
Gotta
can tell
get it
with his
done.
movies, he makes a bunch of like really, I mean, you know, they're
I'm saying
really
Clockwork
thought provoking, but
Orange.
a lot of them are like kind of disturbing.
You haven't seen Clockwork Orange, right?
Or
Yeah.
The Shining.
They're probably good off.
Shining.
You would like The Shining.
Yeah, you like The Shining. Clockwork Orange.
You would
is
not
just
like that
fucked.
movie.
I don't even
It's
know.
pretty fucked.
Or I lay
What
there
if I
for
liked
that full,
fuck
like,
things, guys?
Man, you like it then.
I laid
It's
there-
up there for the most fucked.
I laid there in my bed for that around 2 fucking hours, just locked into that, and it was not a good 2 hours. It was just fucking staring at my screen.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy it either. I was watching. Okay, I'll say it. Sorry, Tanner. I don't know if this girl ever watch this. Doesn't matter. Tanner walks in the house. We just say this whole crib, and it was just like the crib was literally like. So that your room was my room, and that door right there was Tanner's room. You walk in, there's a living room too, like right here, and that's it. There's like nothing else. Like there's a kitchen. Say like where the cat lives, that's like the kitchen, like that area, like that's it. That's the whole house. And so Tanner's room is right here and the TV's right here. So I'm literally watching and like, you know, Tanner walks in. I'm watching A Clockwork Orange that night, like by myself. And he walks in with this girl and then like they leave and Tanner texts me or talks to me the next day. He's like, bro, what the fuck were you watching last night? And I was like, I'm so sorry. It was such a fucked movie. But like, I already had started it like while you walked in. So I was going to finish it.
Do you know what scene he walked in on?
I have no clue, bro. I don't remember. But the whole movie is just like a bunch of weird noises and it's just a lot of, it's just strange. It's a strange film.
Do you have any more fun facts about this movie?
I got a few. Arnold Schwarzenegger was asked to be Animal Mother or whatever the hell.
That would have been awful.
You think?
Yeah,
I
it would've
think
been
so.
terrible.
Hearing his
Get to that chopper.
But like the guy
That's sniper
sounded
on-
dumb too. I think he would have been good.
we have to save 8 bucks. I would have hated that.
Yeah. Bruce Willis as maybe going to be the main character. I think the main character was casted well.
Yeah, it wouldn't have worked for Joker.
I don't know if it would have worked either.
It would have worked for Animal Mother.
It would have been
I
interesting.
got these scars.
What else? So I never talked about one of my favorite parts of the movie. Actually, is the needle drop at the very end of the Rolling Stones "Paint It Black," like when the credits roll. I just like that song is kind of about like it's like about death and like just like destruction kind of and like that's what happens to Joker's character at the end. So I thought like when the needle dropped and that music played the first time I watched it, I was like, oh fuck, that was so sick. But so Kubrick was looking for songs to use to go into the credits at the end of the movie, and they're looking at like top 100 songs of like 1968 or whatever the fuck it was, and obviously Paint It Black, Rolling Stones was one of them. Kubrick had never heard of the Rolling Stones before.
That's crazy.
How the fuck? That doesn't even make sense.
Maybe that from magazine.
This movie was made in '87. The Rolling Stones were the biggest fucking band in the world when he was. How old was he when like in his 40s? Like that just made no sense to me. It was pretty insane.
That whole magazine, the top of the world.
What?
I said they had a whole magazine.
Oh, they had a whole
top of the
magazine.
world
Yeah. I that might have been cap. My sources might have been fake about that because that just seems too outrageous to me. That this like,
I don't know.
but like this insanely
There's this
prominent
podcast I watch, and there's a dude on it that doesn't even know who Messi is.
Hello, Messi.
That's crazy too. But like, what is the podcast about?
They just talk about their life.
Do they talk about like are they sports guys?
No. He would know who Messi is if he was a sport guy.
I feel like musicians is a little crazier than athletes, especially athletes that aren't in the United States.
I don't know, but everybody knows
Messi's in
Messi.
it.
I know everyone knows Messi. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's definitely crazy.
And social
like,
media now.
I feel like that's like someone right now not knowing who fucking Drake is.
For Drake.
Like everybody knows who Drake is.
like it.
Why are they not letting him fight, dude?
That new Drake album was fucking terrible.
I haven't even listened to the
How
thing.
about that?
I actually didn't hate it. I will say I didn't hate it, but I didn't listen to the whole thing.
It wasn't great.
But a few more fun facts. So the Denzel one. Pyle put on 70 pounds for the
Saw
movie.
that.
It's like the
Jeez.
most weight anyone's put on for a movie, I guess. Like, like undocumented, like just like.
For the role.
I saw. He said after he did that, girls wouldn't even look at him anymore, and people thought he was actually mentally ill when they looked at him. So,
That's so sad. I also saw he tore his ACL on set.
Was
Like
he
trying to
going
do
to
the
a fucking
fucking
obstacle course?
do the obstacle courses. Since he had so much weight on, he didn't know how to like control his body, and he fucking tore his ACL. And that's so sad. I'd be so fucking pissed. Come home like, honey, how was work today? Oh, I fucking tore my ACL.
Now you're fat with the torn ACL.
And then she comes in with divorce papers. Sorry, it's too dark. Too dark. It's like, yeah, I don't like how fat you are anymore. So for continuity, they shaved the guys' heads every single day on set.
all right.
I saw that one. Oh, you'll get a kick out of this. This was the first film of Stanley Kubrick's that he edited on a computer,
Really?
opposed to what was it like spliced film? That's what they used to
pretty
do.
much. Yeah, they would get like a razor blade and then
Like,
they'd
cut the
up
fucking-
different parts of it and fucking tape it together. And
Right.
run it.
Yeah.
Which
So-
that must have been so fucking annoying to do.
It was probably so fun. Oh, bro, let them fight. They're so it's so stupid. Yeah, that was probably a grind.
Yeah, I'd lose my mind.
I would lose my mind too, especially if you cut the wrong part,
Yeah, and then you gotta go find it again. You gotta fucking tape it back in there, and
or you gotta get a whole new film strip. I guess you could just like, yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, that's about all I got. I think.
I had one last fun fact. Kind of sad. They were filming a battle scene at one point. They accidentally blew up an entire family of rabbits.
Good riddance.
Just
Wow.
an entire family of rabbits, blew them to fucking pieces. And apparently, we were talking about how Stanley Kubrick was such like a fucking hard ass about everything.
Yeah.
He saw that and he just shut down the set for the day. He's like, I can't do this anymore. We gotta end for the day.
So he's got a heart.
Yeah.
He has a
It's
heart.
for a fucking family of rabbits.
That's cool.
Rest in peace.
So one more. I actually have one more. So Kubrick didn't allow any of the main characters to interact with what was his name? Robert R. Lee Ermey is his name, the drill instructor.
Okay.
They wouldn't allow him to meet him, so they didn't meet him before they started shooting, just to like have the distance between them while they were shooting. And then in between takes, he wouldn't let them talk to each other either. So like the whole like, you know, the dynamic between them would stay kind of more authentic. That was pretty cool.
Checks out.
Yeah, I guess that's gonna be it for Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal.
My next pick, I'll pick something more lighthearted. I got y'all. Maybe I don't know. Cars.
Cars 2.
It's a banger.
Cars 2.
But, you know, thank you for watching.
Wait,
Next week.
Okay.
You think I'm dumb or something?
I don't know.
Next week, we'll be doing Shawshank Redemption.
Oh shit, that's not very lighthearted either.
It's not lighthearted,
But
but
we ball.
it's goated.
Okay, just kidding. I pick Dumb and Dumber 2. But Shawshank Redemption, stay tuned. If you watch it, watch it. If you haven't, watch it. And like, share, subscribe, comment. Shout out Nick Donk. Shout out Philip Sombers.
Gave us the new beat. Y'all heard that one this week.
I like it.
Stay tuned.
Bye guys. Love you.
Yeah. Look, got a couple goons in the back, and they all got a little heat sensitive of smoke. They don't even gotta move from the back. You don't gotta look for the game. If you see me, always been a cool where I'm at. Okay. Shawty says she tryna take a Nate, don't break when it's dropped. She about to relapse. I'm in the field.